This is one of the best chart pattern you can consider trading on a trending market. Anytime you have the chart trending to a particular direction, let's say a bearish trend, what you need to do is to mark out these trend lines, one at the top, one at the bottom. And once it breaks above, retest that and makes the first 210. You're going to mark out the first 2 points, then you join it together into the future of the chart. Then all you need to do is to duplicate this trend line and put one on top here to create what we call a wedge. So this is what you've marked out into the future of the chart. All you need to do is to wait for the chart to respect these trend lines. And anytime it gets to the top one, you can sell. Anytime it gets to the down one, you can buy in that order. But the only thing you have to do is that anytime it gets to the particular trend line you want to take a decision from, you have to make sure you observe for some good confluence. So for the top trend line, you're going to consider what you call double top, head and shoulder patterns, bearish engulfing, then multiple rejections on the lower time frames before you can take a decision on that. Then on the lower trend line too, you can also consider double bottom, also head and shoulder, bullish engulfing, multiple rejections, and a whole lot. But one thing you have to also note is that the chart can always make a fake out on a trend line by coming to this previous low to create what we call equal lows before it can take off to the top. Sometimes it can also create similar fake out on the upper trend line before it will drop. So in either ways, anytime it gets to the trend line, you just don't have to consider buying or selling from that. You have to make sure you observe for some good confluence before you go in for that. So all you need to do is to be trading between this trend line high and the low until it is broken or invalidated. Then in that case, let's say if it drops to this low, you're going to mark out this low. Then if it drops to this one and pushes up to, you're going to mark out this low until it finally comes down, break below this low. That is when you can be looking out for sells, wait for a retest, then ride on the sells to the downside. So in that case, anytime it makes one swing, you mark out the low. Anytime it makes one swing, you mark out the highs. Anytime it makes a turn, you mark out. Anytime it makes a turn, you mark it out until it breaks that highs or that low. That is when you can change direction to the opposite side. This is one of the best trend line strategies you can be trading on the Forex market. Check out all the videos on the channel. Do like and leave a comment.